Hi guys, I'm Denice Rosanne and welcome back to my channel. Here on this channel, I teach you how to love yourself and to grow spiritually so that you can live with joy, freedom, and purpose. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to love yourself when you don't know how. So when you're first starting, you're open to this idea of self-love, but maybe you're really far away from that. And you're like, how do I love myself? How do I get there from here, right? I'm in this place where it's hard for me to accept myself. How do I get to self-love from here? And I totally get it. I was in your position. A few years ago, I was very depressed, and most of my life, I struggled with intense self-hatred, very intense. I struggled with self-harm, and I really didn't like myself, basically. Let's just sum it up. I didn't like myself. And now I do. I really do love and honor myself, and it's a journey. It's not 100% all day, every day, but it's most of the time. And for me, that is a huge accomplishment. And so I want to talk to you if you are at that place, but you're just starting your self-love journey and you're like, I want to get to that place, but how do I get there? The first thing is to realize you've already taken the first step, okay? And that's important to realize the progress we're already making. Just getting to the point where you say, I want to learn how to love myself is already a huge step, because a lot of people are stuck in just hating themselves and just feeling down about themselves, and they're not even open to changing. So the fact that you're open to changing is actually the biggest step that you will make on your journey. And that goes for anything in your life. Being open to changing something is 100% the biggest first step, and I am so proud of you for getting to that first step. Absolutely. So be proud of yourself for getting there, even if you don't know how you're going to get all the way to self-love. The fact that you are just willing to change is huge. And I want you to understand, so as we go throughout this process, that loving yourself is, one, it's a journey, and two, it doesn't happen overnight. Okay, so it took me several years actually to really feel a deep, continual sense of self-love, and I'm always growing in it. It's a daily practice. Now, I don't say that to like scare you or make you feel like, oh, this is so hard, it's going to take me years and years. No, I mean, like, I don't think it needed to take me years. Like, I think I was very on and off, and like I said, I was in a very negative place with myself, and so I had a lot to overcome. But whether it takes you years or it takes you maybe a couple months, it's still going to be a journey, and it's still not going to happen overnight. You didn't form all these negative beliefs about yourself overnight, and so it's unrealistic to expect it to all change overnight. Now, I don't want that to discourage you. I don't want that to make you feel like you can't do it. You absolutely can, and you will start to feel better as you go throughout the process. But it's important to have realistic expectations about yourself, because if we're going on this self-love journey and we're saying, oh, you're not doing it fast enough, you're not changing fast enough, you're not, growing fast enough, then that in and of itself is hurting your journey, right? You're being counterproductive. Self-love is all about accepting yourself, being compassionate about yourself, having patience with yourself. And so we need to have patience with ourselves as we embark upon this journey. So as much as you can, celebrate the baby steps. The little steps you're making is still progress. It's like that one saying, baby steps is still moving forward. It absolutely is. So we honor and we celebrate those incremental steps we're making towards loving ourselves more. So another thing that is important if you are new to loving yourself is to being open to forming new ideas about yourself. So as you go throughout your life, you have gotten used to thinking of yourself in a certain way. You think these certain thoughts about yourself. If you want to love yourself, you're going to have to be open to new ideas about yourself, okay? And so I want you to ask yourself, what if the things I believe about myself aren't actually true? And that's where our self-love journey begins, is being willing to question what we believe to be true about ourselves. So do you believe you're ugly? Do you believe that no one can love you? Do you believe that you're a failure? Do you believe that you never can do anything good in this world? Well, I want you to ask yourself, whatever your beliefs might be, what if that actually isn't true? Just opening that space in your mind. Right now, you may not feel like you can believe anything other than that. You may feel like, yeah, this is true. This is me. You've had a lifetime of experiencing that. That's okay. But just keep asking yourself that. When you notice those negative thoughts about yourself coming up, just ask yourself, what if this wasn't true? What if this isn't actually true? What we're doing is we're starting to be willing to form a new idea about ourselves, okay? And so that is where the change, we have to sort of make cracks in this concept we have of ourselves. You have to make cracks and start to knock down the concrete wall, and we're just starting to put some cracks in these beliefs we have about ourselves. What if that's not true? What if I'm not ugly? What if I am lovable? What if I can do good things in the world? Just what if? Like, what if that's not true? And just start entertaining that thought. And that is a great way to start your self-love journey. And I want to pause for just a second and say, if you're new to your self-love journey, I actually have a full 1-hour course on how you can love yourself offered now on Skillshare. I just launched it a couple weeks ago and I'm super excited about it. I will walk you through the basic steps to self-love for beginners, absolute beginners. If you're new to this, I'll teach you the things that helped me turn my life around. So if you'd like to take this class, it's available now on Skillshare. And actually, if you use the code or you use the link in the description, you can get the free trial for 14 days on Skillshare, so you can watch my class totally for free, cancel before the end of the subscription period, and you won't get charged a dime, and you can take this self-love class that will really help you on your journey. So I will leave the link to that down below. I would love for you to join me in that class, but let's go ahead and get back to the tips. So another important practice is to start with accepting or even just tolerating yourself. So if we think of like self-love is like climbing the top of the mountain, like you're at this like self-loving place and you feel really good about yourself. Well, maybe we need to like set up base camp, right? We need to just get to the first base camp instead of trying to get all the way to the top of the mountain. And the first base camp is accepting yourself, or even lower than that is just tolerating yourself, right? So when I was starting my self-love journey, I couldn't get all the way to self-love right away. I had to start with just tolerating myself, with allowing myself to exist, allowing myself to be in the world. So I had a lot of body image issues, and I started with learning to tolerate my body and learning to accept it for existing, learning to allow it to be what it was. So if you also struggle with body image, you can just start by thanking your body for what it does. Thank your arms for allowing you to lift things and to, pick things up and to be in the world. Thank your legs for allowing you to walk and dance and run. Thank your torso for holding you up straight. And I mean this very literally, like you can, as you're in the shower, like thank each part of your body for just doing what it does. It doesn't mean that you necessarily are 100% okay with how it looks or how you look, but you're thanking yourself for existing, right? And that is a great way to just starting with acceptance instead of trying to jump all the way to self-love. Another thing you can do is find something small every day to appreciate about yourself. So every single day, make it a daily habit to find something that you appreciate about yourself, whether it be physical or non-physical. Can you say like, hey, I did a really good job on that one work project, or my smile looks really good today. I'm loving how my nails look today. I was able to be a really good friend to that one person. Or it could be even smaller than that, like great job for cleaning up the kitchen today, or for getting that one thing done that you wanted to do, or for getting up on time. Like whatever it is, find something small, and I promise you there's something small every day that you can appreciate about yourself. A practice for this that I really love is to, at the end of each day in your journal, write down 3 encouraging notes to yourself. So this is something a therapist taught me a long time ago, and it made such a big difference to me when I was just starting my self-love journey, is at the end of each day, we had to write down, I mean the other people who were in this group therapy with me, we had to write down 3 like positive notes to ourselves. And so like an example would be like, I would say, Denice, you did a really great job speaking up in group today. I'm proud of you. Denice, you did a really great job getting up on time. Awesome job. Denice, I'm really proud of how, X and X, like I can't think of anything right now, but Denice, you did a great job filming a video today, right? And just little notes celebrating yourself and encouraging yourself. And this is sort of like reparenting almost. It's like we're being that encouraging voice that we need. So a lot of us didn't get that encouragement when we were children, when we needed it, or we just didn't get enough of it. And so now is the opportunity for us to be that encouraging voice to ourselves. So I would really recommend try this exercise out for a week and see what a difference it can make in your life. At the end of each day, write 3 positive, encouraging notes to yourself. And the last daily practice you can do if you're just starting with self-love is every time you look into the mirror, say something encouraging to yourself first. So before you start criticizing your appearance or, getting down on yourself, as it's most of our habits every time we look in a mirror to immediately start saying, oh, this looks wrong, this looks wrong, this looks wrong. Instead, we turn that around, and every time you look into the mirror, smile at yourself. I know it's cheesy. Look, I know it's cheesy as heck, but just do it. It'll make a huge difference. So you smile at yourself and you say something positive. So a good one for you if you're just starting might be, I accept myself just as I am. Or it could be, I love myself just as I am. And we say that every single time we look in the mirror. It doesn't matter whether you believe it to be true or not. The important part is that we're beginning to change the self-talk around. And that's also something I talk about in the course as well. But it's important to start changing that negative self-talk to positive self-talk. And a great time to do that is every time you look into the mirror, because that's how you're relating to yourself. So just start by saying something positive, as cheesy it may be. And over time, it will become a habit. Now it's my habit to smile at myself every time I look into the mirror, and I think that's a great habit. Yeah, it's a little cheesy, but it works. And if I feel better about myself, then I'm willing to do all the cheesy stuff in the world. If it works, it works. So yeah, every time you look into the mirror, start by saying something positive. So those are my top tips on how you can start loving yourself, even if you don't know how. I hope that was helpful. And again, please just have patience and compassion with yourself as you go throughout this journey. Celebrate the tiny baby steps that you're making. Everest wasn't built in a day, but I think the phrase is Rome was not built in a day. But I'm sure Mount Everest wasn't built in a day either. Anyways, off topic. But the point is, it takes time. Doesn't happen overnight, but we enjoy the process, and you are already on the journey by watching this video, by being open to interacting with yourself in new ways. And so that is something to absolutely be proud of. I am proud of you. You're doing great. Keep going. You can do this. You got this. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Also check out my course on Skillshare. I will leave the link down below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you next time. Until then, I'm sending you love and light and lots of good vibes. Bye guys.